we're also gonna be doing a Iron Man showcase here on the channel. So guys, leave a like, subscribe, all that goodness. And in today's video, I'm gonna go over his alternate outfits, you know, and all of Iron Man's more savvy fits. And I'm gonna, at the end of this video, I'm going to, you know, rank which I feel is Tony Stark's best outfit, in my opinion, in the game today. So we are in Tony Stark's room, and without further ado, let's get into the outfits. Now, as you can see here, all the outfits are here, so I don't have to really go into the marketplace to show you. I like that new little feature and a few little details. So let's get the movie suits out of the way. First off is, of course, the Marvel Studios Iron Man. Now, I do like how they faithfully redesigned and reimagined Tony Stark's MCU Iron Man into the world of Marvel's Avengers, because they are two completely different worlds and two completely different timelines and two completely different universes. So the fact that we have the MCU Iron Man in the game is amazing. Now, this might be coming from bias because I did watch all three Iron Man movies growing up. So yeah, this suit does have a special place in my heart, but there is another suit in the Iron Man MCU that I do like that much more. And I also had a Iron Man figure with this exact same armor. So yeah, this really holds a special place in my heart. The next MCU suit that I'm going to be going over in its entirety, I think it's still here, is, hold on, let me go to the marketplace real quick, because I really don't see the Mark 5 Iron Man armor here. I think they removed it. Did they? Hold up. Let's go to the marketplace. Iron Man. Yeah, they removed it. Oh, the Iron Man 2 outfit was the next armor that we're going to go over. But since I don't have it, and since I didn't buy it or whatever, and they removed it from the store, the next Iron Man suit, of course, is Marvel Studios Avengers Endgame, and this is the last armor we would ever see Robert Downey Jr.'s incarnation of the character in the MCU ever again. And to be fair, this character had a long run in the MCU, dating all the way back to 2008. And in 2019, his run came to an end. And I think in the same exact movie, Scarlett Johansson's role as Black Widow also came to an end. Black Widow was her very last movie, but we're not talking about Black Widow. We're talking about Iron Man, and I do like the suit. I really didn't really like how it, like, brolic it made the Iron Man armor look, and the helmet really doesn't shine well with me, like from the front, like the other Iron Man armor does. But this is Iron Man, and we love E3000. Iron Man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. So, going over through my unlocked armors, we're gonna go over the illustrious legendary armor from Tony Stark, and this is probably the first, well, not the first iteration of the armor. This is the when he becomes Iron Man, like Iron Man with the red and gold color scheme. It was originally red and yellow, but over the years, they decided to make it gold because it's like a knight in golden armor. Being that there was two iterations of the original suit, one was made out of cast iron, and the other one was made out of all golden armor. which was the or just a recolor of the original armor that he used to break out of the cave when he was abducted. Uh, and yeah, so I do like how they faithfully redesigned the original classic Iron Man armor and did some little like modernized adjustments to it. I do believe that this is the Iron Man armor that ran on battery power and not its own like light battery supply. So he had to charge his suit with a plug. He would have every time he ran out of battery to suit it up, he would have to take a plug in his arc reactor, which is the circle in the middle of his chest, plug it into a wall, and charge his suit to regain power. He had magnetic repulsors. This armor is pretty primitive compared to his later tech in the years, but yeah. Uh, so the next suit is of course a reskin of the classic armor, and this is the Eternal Legendary outfit. Um, I really don't like how it's all silver. They could have did something where they could have made like the some like the leg parts gold and stuff to give it, or white to give it like a more eternal esque or immortal kind of feel to what the name suggests. It's decent, alright, but like if I were to like have a choice into what armor I would wear in an actual like match, I would not use this armor at all. Next armor we have is the Promethium Armor, and there's a lot to be said about the Promethium Armor in Avengers. Um, Primarily, I feel like this armor is doing way too much for me. Um, to be fair, like I do like how it keeps the classic red and gold color scheme, which is Iron Man's staple colors. From since he debuted the red and gold armor back in 1965. But I really wish that the arc reactor glowed bright blue, like how his eye lenses glow bright blue, if you can see, just to give it more of a alive and more reactive armor versus having the side plates on the side of his helmet glow bright red instead of and on his kneecaps glowing bright red instead of everything else. So the only thing that glows on his armor is the kneecaps, the sides of his head, and the eye lenses are the only ones that glow. After anything else, and the repulsors, I think the boot repulsors also glow. I'm not too sure about that. But other than that, I'm not really a big fan of the Promethium armor as I was when I tried to unlock it the first time. Now that I look back at it, it's not really that good in my opinion. Next armor is, of course, the Liquid Cool armor. Now, this armor is kind of nice. I mean, the red is killing it with all over throughout the entire suit. You have the red eyelids, the red glowing bits on the side of his helmet, and in the back, you have it on the sides of his hips, all over his arms, even the repulsors, and down his legs. I mean, the red is a bit excessive. They could have made it like a white or a dark blue kind of feel, and it would have got a much more liquid aesthetic to it instead of just reskinning the primary colors from red and gold to black to blue and silver. As with the next suit is the original Sin armor, which is what these two suits are modeled after. The bypass and the electrical cool suit are modeled after the original Sin armor, and this suit really does it for me. It's black, red, and gold, three of my favorite colors, with some silver bits in the back, if you see right there. And I think this is one of my favorite black Iron Man armors, and one of my favorite outfits for Iron Man in general in the game. Uh, and just overall, it's just a really solid, really tight, compact armor that does a lot for me. It screams Iron Man to a T. Although many people might disagree with this, I do like the black and gold versus the red and gold. Uh, Now, it was just because of my color taste, but I really feel like this should have been his default armor. But it is not, and it's iconic. Red and gold color scheme is iconic, And yeah, next armor is of course the bypass legendary outfit, and I do like it. I really do, but in the same vein, the gold chest plating really doesn't do it for me. Let's go over some alternate red and gold armors. Like, let's say the two other armors that we went over, like the Marvel Avengers Endgame outfit, or even the original armor. As you can see, the chest plating isn't gold at all. It's still red. Um, However, with this armor, it's trying to replicate the original color scheme of the original armors, while also doing way too much with it. And I don't really. I mean, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the gestures that they're trying to go with it. They're trying to make it look like Iron Man with a little twist. But the fact that they kept the black and gold color scheme to the bottom half of the suit, like if you look at the original Sin armor, right? It's the exact same color scheme with the torso and the legs, except the upper half is painted red instead of black, and the silver platings on the back of the boots are replaced with gold instead of silver. So they tried to make this seem like the original color scheme as much as possible. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but at the same time, I'm really not a fan of the bypass armor. The next armor I have unlocked is called the Stark Tech armor, and this is a in-game exclusive armor. I mean, it's not really in-game exclusive. It's a suit that you cannot buy from the marketplace. It is a story exclusive armor that you unlock by completing the story. All characters have their own variation of the Stark Tech armor or their Stark Tech outfits, but this in particular I feel is like the best well designed original in-game outfits that the characters are given. I mean, it is really, really well designed. I really like this design versus the iconic suit, which we're going to show later on. Each character has their own iconic suits. In the next video, we'll be doing Captain America, so stay tuned for that. All you Star Spangled Banner fans of the Captain America, you will be enjoyed with that video coming tomorrow. But today, we're going on the Golden Avenger, the Invincible Iron Man, and today I really like this suit. I mean, the red and gold is like placed really well done throughout the entire suit. It's not too overbearing. It's not too in your face. What really sets it off and really like makes makes me like it a lot is the fact that there are blue tiny arc reactor bits scattered all throughout the suit to make it feel like it's reactive, like it's online and that it's functioning well. Unlike other armors that are primitive and don't show that kind of power and that show that kind of alive reactiveness, this suit really does, and it's a really well done upgrade of the iconic suit that we will see later on in this video.
I didn't understand that.
Sorry, that was Bixby. Next suit is of course, I believe, in my opinion, one of the worst armors in the game. That would be the Iron Alloy suit. Now, this is a reskin of the original armor that Tony Stark, quote unquote, the original quote unquote armor that Tony Stark made in his career as Iron Man. And as we can see here, this is doing way too much. First of all, the 63 is killing it because if you want to know, that is the year Iron Man debuted, the year 1963. So keep that in mind. And the white on the helmet with no reactive lenses. I mean, I get it. This is the original prototype suit to what we will later see as the Mark IV, the Mark III, and all that other great armor. I mean, to be fair, this is doing way too much. It looks very limited. It looks very slow. Not to mention that it's white, red, white, and blue like Captain America colors, and then the gauntlets with the arc react with the repulsor blasters are glowing yellow and silver like fingertips with blue leggings, red body, and white top. Like no, whoever designed this, I'm sorry. I mean, I appreciate the effort, trying to do something different, but this just doesn't hit. Next suit is, of course, one of my also alternate favorite alternate suits in the game, the Apogee Iron Man armor. Now, this is what the liquid cool should have been. Um, and as you can see here, you got the silver repulsors, and eyes are yellow with a yellow repulsor with a blue stealth-like tint to it. I do really like this suit, and it really highlights a stealth armored version of the in-game original Iron Man. As you can see, if you look at all the original in-game Iron Man suits, they all have the same helmet. As you can see here, right here, right here. No, we're gonna get to the original one later on, but as you can see here, it has the same earpieces as this suit. So keep that in mind. The next one, oh boy, the Golden Avenger, in my opinion. It is called Vapor Trail, and this is what an all gold Iron Man armor should be. Now it does have the same classic color scheme with red and gold, although in reverse. Now if this was reversed, I would have liked it a lot more because if the gold was where the red was and the red was where the gold was, this would be literally my favorite suit in the entire game, hands down. If it was red and gold, and not gold and red, but that doesn't mean it's not a bad suit. It's just too much gold. Next is the Iron Will suit, and this is what the uh, Iron Alloy suit is a reskin of, as you can see here. Um, it doesn't do it for me. Like I said earlier, it's too bulky, it's too primitive. But it's a step in showing that Iron Man has come a long way with his suit designs. Now, the next suit is, of course, my current and, dare I say, favorite, more so than the Stark Tech suit, is the Bleeding Edge suit, which is actually technically canon in Marvel Avengers lore. If you've watched that brand new Spider-Man reveal trailer that's coming to PlayStation only, uh, you would see that when Tony Stark and Peter Parker meet up, this is the suit that he's wearing and not the Stark Tech armor. So this is leading me to believe that this is the brand new default armor for Tony Stark, and I love it. I mean, it's it's all I wanted in an Iron Man suit. It has the classic red and gold armor color pattern with streaks of silver and those bright light blue lights, showing that the suit is still reactive while also keeping an updated look as well as a modern change to the already invincible Iron Man. If you haven't noticed, Iron Man is my second favorite superhero in the Marvel Universe, and my first is Spider Man. Yeah. Wait till Spider Man drops. That's gonna be a good video. Now, before I get into the reskins of the others of the iconic suit, let's go up with the iconic suit. This is the Iron Man that we are introduced to in Marvel Avengers. And although I do appreciate where they were going for with this Iron Man suit, I really much prefer the either the Bleeding Edge variation of the upgraded suit or the actual Stark Tech upgraded suit. And if I had to choose, I would much rather use the Bleeding Edge Stark Tech armor over the Stark Tech armor, and rather use both of those over the iconic armor. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people may love this redesign of the classic Iron Man suit, but if we're really gonna go into detail, I mean, I do like what they tried to do. They try to make this Iron Man their own Iron Man in the MGU, and to be fair, it works and it doesn't work for me. It works in the fact that it's similar to the Bleeding Edge, but it's not, and you can tell just by the chestplate armor, and it looks like what they tried to do. They tried to mix War Machine and the Iron Man armor from Iron Man, the movie, and tried to blend it into one. And I mean, it works. Yeah, I marked out for it when I first was when it first revealed when it was first revealed. However, after a while, after looking at it and seeing the alternate variations of this particular armor, I'm really not a big fan of the iconic armor, but I see the appeal for it. The next alteration to the suit, and there are four of them, is if you have the DLC, the Obsidian Armor. Now, every character in the game, with the exclusion of DLC characters, have an Obsidian variation. Miss Marvel has an Obsidian variation. Captain America has an Obsidian variation. Black Widow has an Obsidian variation. Thor has an Obsidian variation. And Hulk has an Obsidian variation. However, Iron Man's does not do it for me. I mean, the silver and gold with black boots don't really scream Iron Man to me, and this feels like one of his prototype drones that he would keep to defend Stark Industries rather than Iron Man himself. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, they tried their best to make a updated, more sleeker color scheme for the iconic suit. However, I don't really appreciate it more less than I do for another variation of the suit, that being the Electroplated Suit. Now, when I told you that I loved the original Sin armor, that also applies here too, with the black and gold color scheme with silver streaks. This is what an iconic armor should look like. Now, if they would have had red, black, and gold, that would have been fire. Or if you would have, like, I mean, I guess, but this suit just does it for me. If I had to choose between either the four uh iconic armor, I would choose this one over the original. But that's needless to say. We have the anodized armor. And this is amazing in its own right. It's purple and silver. For all you purple fans, you would love this suit. Um, but for me personally, it just looks like a glorified stealth suit rather than just being like the primary Iron Man armor. You feel me? So yeah, there's that. Next is of course the ion charged Iron Man suit. And this is, in my opinion, very disgusting. I say very disgusting because it's orange and silver. Like, who wanted this? Like, literally, who wanted this? Nobody wanted this. But hey, now those that is it for all of the Iron Man renditions of the iconic armor. So you have iconic armor, you have electroplated, then you have iron charged, and we have anodized. Next up, we have is the suit that you get first, and that is the makeshift armor. And to be fair, this is a big troll, like a big troll. So yeah, I mean, if you want to see more armor in action, go and get them. I mean, there are a lot of good stuff, like the Silver Centurion from the original Iron Man series. Then you have the Superior Iron Man, as well as the AI Iron Man and stuff like that. So I mean, they did do their thing with the morning workout, the Terrigen charge, the Blue Hollow, all that. It's all well and dandy. Neon Razor, it's disgusting. Overclock is what I wanted, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, Iron Man, and this is what I'm talking about, an old gold suit. Yeah, this is fire. But yeah, guys, leave a like, subscribe, and all that goodness. And if you want to see more content like this in the channel, like and subscribe, and ask yourself, or comment in the comment section below, what is your favorite variation of any character in the game, whether it be Iron Man, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, or even Hawkeye himself. Who's your favorite character in the game? What is your favorite outfit for that character and why? And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.